Yo, what's up guys, Neon Blitz here, back with another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. They have officially posted the Jiren character spotlight, and you know, what better time than now to start reacting to see what the newest tank and the finals character for Season 6 of Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra can exactly do. If you guys are excited for Jiren and Season 7 plus the 1-year anniversary of Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, please leave a like, comment, maybe consider subscribing. I'm going to be covering everything you need to know about Jiren, the rest of Season 6, and for the 1-year anniversary, so stay tapped into the channel. Now, Jiren is a tank. Every post-launch tank has been broken. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, broken. Bardock, broken. God Vegeta, broken. Bomba, broken. So, let's see if Jiren can match all that claimed level of brokenness that all the other tanks have had. And, you know, see if they can end off Season 6 with a bang. So, Jiren full power concept, or role tank concept. A hero conviction who takes reduced damage from the front and grows stronger the longer he fights. Use the range and AoE of your skills to dominate the battlefield and prove your righteousness. Alright, sounds good. Passive, Strength is Justice. Gain increased strength with continued fighting against enemies. Reduces frontal damage upon starting combat with an enemy hero. Damage reduction gradually increases the more he fights. Damage reduction decreases when receiving damage from behind by an enemy hero. Damage reduction effects are nullified when obstructed. Enters a powered up state when damage reduction is max. Applies movement speed up to self. And rush attacks become powered up attacks. Effect ends after leaving combat. This all sounds kind of similar to Bardock's passive, where once he fills up the gauge, he becomes even like more tanky, and his rush attacks become AoE rush attacks. So let's see what exactly they're looking at here. So I'm guessing that bar he has is his damage reduction. Okay, taking damage. Taking a lot less damage now. And let's look at the damage that he was doing to Goku. Yeah, he does. So the funny thing with Bardock is when he gets his passive, he becomes a lot more tankier and his rush attacks become AoE. But to, I guess, compensate, his rush attacks become slower. While Jiren, once his passive is going to be filled out, he gets his max damage reduction. And then his rush attacks become even faster. Now, are these rush attacks AoE, like Bardock, or if they just single target? Because it looks like it could potentially be AoE, like this. Like, it could multiple targets, like, behind Goku be hit by, like, these rush attacks, or these just particle effects, right? Now, it is interesting because it says he loses damage reduction when he's hit from behind, and they are nullified when obstructed. While Bardock doesn't lose any of his. So, obviously, I think this is something we have to see in game. Is this better or worse than Bardock passive? That's kind of what we have to see, considering Jiren could be hit from behind and loses damage reduction. If he's obstructed, all of his damage reduction is nullified. He could do probably more burst damage than Bardock with this passive built up. But is he going to be as tanky as Bardock? We have to see, because keep in mind, tanks also have Dende. So if Jiren has any like healing in his kit, Dende's going to work incredibly well for him. And even then, Dende is just incredibly strong in all the tanks. So you're going to have all the time with Dende healing you to keep really get your damage reduction up. So, okay, I mean, passive seems good. Let's see, rush attack. A physical attack. If strength and justice damage reduction to maximum becomes a powered up attack, and number of hits, range, and damage increase. Alright, sounds good. Oh wait, what is that, like fire? Or does that mean his damage reduction is built up? I don't know. Transformation, full power. Can transform level 7 base HP, armor, all attack up. It's been since Kefla since we've had a character that can transform, which is insane to me, by the way. Skill 1, Heat Bowl Shot. Fire a penetrating energy blast in a set direction. Deals more damage the more damage reduction he has from Strength is Justice. At skill level 3 super, number of blasts increase. So that's our rank 1, just a little blast. Then the max rank gets all 3. So it looks like you have to max this out to get all 3. I don't think you're going to get like 2 at max rank or second rank and then get 3 at max rank. No, I think it's just going to go from 1 to 3. This ability, he deals more damage the more reduction or damage reduction he has from his passive. So the more the gauge, his bar is filled up. I meant to say his gauge. Excuse me. Interesting. So he looks a lot more reliant on his damage reduction than initially interpreted. But alright, skill 2, Colossal Uppercut. Perform an uppercut in a set direction, generating a shockwave. While powered up by Strength is Justice, applies a burning to enemies. Enemies struck by the uppercut will be launched upwards. Can move prior to performing the uppercut. So he has burning, he has damage over time, like the guide Goku skill 3. But it launches upwards. What exactly does that look like? It's just like a stun. It's just like a stun. Because you can see here, I mean, you kind of lose Goku in all the effects, but Goku's up here. So Goku gets here. Punch. It lands on the ground, bounces on the ground once. So it's stun animation. And probably now you're free. So is this only applied with Strength is Justice, or can you launch enemies at any time? Because that'd be pretty big if Jiren could just launch enemies at any time. If it's just when his passive is up, we'd have to see how fast his passive can fill up. But that could be really good. Like, imagine just launching up the whole enemy team with this seemingly decently sized. I mean, it's not the greatest size, right? I'm not gonna act like this is massive. I'm fucking going forward instead of backwards. Whoops. Yeah, like, it's decently sized. Imagine launching up the whole team with that. That could be good. Nah, let's see here. And yeah, there's the burning. So it does look like you do not need your passive to be fully filled up to launch the enemies. So that's pretty good. The burning is just while the passive is up. Okay, that's good to know. So he has damage reduction from the front, a simple projectile, which he might max out last. I'm not too sure. I'd have to see the rest of his abilities. But this, you can have a pretty big stun that seems like it lasts a while. So let's see. Skill 3, maximum impact. Unleash an energy wave in a set direction. Extra HP is gradually gained. Strength is just as damage reduction increases and can move / redirect in this stance. Fire an energy wave on re-input or after a set amount of time. The attack penetrates walls and enemies, applying movement speed down. The longer the time before firing, the greater movement speed down effect and damage dealt. So this is where he gets extra HP. So this is what's going to be crazy with Dende. He's getting his damage reduction from the passive. So it seems like you're going to maybe go to a fight. The enemies are going to be hitting you. You're going to be using your skill 3 to get your damage reduction to fill up your passive. You're going to get your extra HP. And then you're going to fire this wave. That's going to do a lot of damage. And apply movement speed down. And by the time you're there, hopefully your passive gets filled up. And now you can kind of do your skill 2 now that their movement speed down is applied. Okay, that seems like a pretty good ability, especially with Dende. The fact that you can move around, it does say this is kind of like Kefla skill 2, Kale skill 2, where you can kind of charge it and move at the same time, or after a bit it will go off, and it does go through walls and enemies. This might be the move you max first or second. I'm not too sure. Obviously, we'd have to see how everything works out in game, but seems like a pretty good move. I mean, getting extra HP, your damage reduction increases. You apply damage, you lower the movement speed to help you put your skill 2 to knock people up and stun them for a while. Then you could do your skill 1, which I believe the skill 1 just... yeah, it just deals more damage the more damage reduction you have from skill or from your passive. So you're going to be filling up your damage reduction from this. You're going to be launching them up, and then while they're launched up, you can just fire your skill 1, which would do more damage the more damage reduction you have built up. Okay. Super attack, Omega Heat Wall. Burn everything down in a set direction to create a wall of flames. Wall will expand sideways, pushing away and applying burning to enemies as it moves. Interesting. Certain skills cause enemies hit by the moving wall to be staggered. The wall disappears after moving a certain distance, can be learned after transforming. Whoa, okay. So we now have our second character that needs to be transformed in order to get their ultimate. The first being Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So it's almost been an entire year since we've seen a character have this mechanic. So to see it come back for Jiren is quite interesting. I would imagine this is a really strong ability then, because Dragon Ball is really pretty strong. So you have to be level 7 minimum to get it, and you might not get it for first boss fight unless you're super winning or super farming. So let's see. Applies the wall. Goku can't get past it. And we can see here, Goku tries to use his skill 2, you know, the jump, hits the wall, and that's what causes the stagger. So this is pretty much just a moving Final Form Frieza ult, except that the Frieza ult staggered you if you tried using mobility skills into it, and applied burning, which does damage over time. This could be really big. Like, imagine you're taking Nappa, right? You just wall here. They're getting pushed back, getting pushed back, getting pushed back, getting pushed back. And you guys are just securing Nappa. That could be incredibly strong. Now, how does this synergize with the rest of his kit? Well, imagine you could use this kind of offensively where you build up your skill 3, you're in there, you get your damage to build up. Then you put up a wall behind them, kind of blocking off their path, and then they are forced to fight you. Or defensively, imagine defending a God of Destruction, or even offensively on a God of Destruction, you just ult an enemy God of Destruction, it's going to push the enemy back. So they have to be long range with projectiles, or there you just get free chip damage, or even just free Gex and Burst. Then defending it, you can just ult, and the enemy's not really going to be able to do much with Gex and Burst. I want to see how much damage or how heavy the burning is, and how much distance it truly goes. Also, how, because it says it expands sideways. I like to see how far it goes sideways. You know, Frieza level 1 ult, it's not that crazy. It's still really good, rank 1. But like rank 3 is literally the whole map. So I want to see what's the size of this. And I mean, it looks like it goes pretty far. So, oh, here's one of his animations. Looks like his MVP. Playstyle, let's see what they got here. A hero who excels at prolonged combat, taking damage from the front activates his passive, which reduces damage received while also strafing skills based on the amount of damage mitigated. So we can see here, he's positioning himself, being in front of the enemies. Looking like the gauge is taking quite a while to fill up, though. I mean, this is obviously like a sample build. We use his skill 1 there. He sets up the skill 2. Stuns the whole team. His passive is now up. The more damage Jiren's passive mitigates, the stronger his rush attack skill 1 and skill 2 become. Take attacks head on and then strike back with empowered abilities. So he has the strength for justice passive. He's rush attacking. It doesn't look like it's doing AoE damage to Frieza. I would like to see this clip here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does AoE damage to enemies. You see here in this clip, he's rush attacking Goku. Frieza gets hit. So it's still just a basic rush attack. Okay. Okay, so there's the skill 2 or the skill 1 that does damage. And then skill 2 to kill. Also, while charging skill 3, Jiren gains extra HP and his passive mitigates an even greater percentage of damage, making it possible to hold the front lines against enemy attacks. So his passive is up, he's taking damage. He's then gonna skill 3. He's like out damaging or out healing the damage he's taking. So like imagine this with Dende. Like you're gonna be low and then you're gonna pop this. And then boom. And then you're charging up this attack and then boom. His ultimate creates a moving wall of flames that applies burning and pushes enemy back. So overwhelms staggered enemies from powered attacks. So Jiren's gonna ult this now. They can't keep looking at you because they just keep moving back. And it was looking like... It looks like every time you hit the wall, it does damage. Which is kind of what Frieza wall does well. But since Frieza wall is stationary, everyone goes, ah, okay, I'm not gonna get hit by this. But even if they get hit by the Jiren wall once, you're still taking burning damage over time. And if they might need to hit it to get closer to you for projectiles. And the whole time, your attacks are penetrating the wall. Okay. And that's it for Jiren. How good do I think he is? I mean, that skill 3 looked like it was getting him a bunch of health. But obviously, we don't know the builds of Jiren or the Super Saiyan Goku or the Frieza. We don't know his cooldowns, how much damage reduction he truly reduces, the damage, what abilities you might want to max first. But I'm just going to go off the record that since every other tank has been broken on release, I'm going to assume Jiren's also going to be broken. So that's what I'm going to assume. His ult seems to like it'd be really good for pushing. You just ult them, and then you try to get Gex and burst damage and hope their projectiles don't hit you. And if you're defending, you just put it down and stop their Gex and burst. I'm sure you can maybe use it offensively as well to maybe cut off people's walls, but I'm not sure how strong that'll be. It just seems like more you want to chase enemies while they're kind of damaged over time. They're running into the wall, but who's to say? His skill 3 did seem like it was gaining a bunch of health during this small clip here. Like, it like almost doubled his health. Or like more than doubled his health. So, I'd have to see him in game, of course. Bulma didn't seem insane at first glance, but then we know how that turned out, and it kind of sucks because Bulma had a unique kit, but this becomes just rat, just split pushing central. So I hope Jiren doesn't end up like that, because we don't need another tank like that in the game. I hope he's just, you know, more offensively powerful, but we'll see, because he comes out in less than 24 hours. He's gonna coming out daily at daily reset at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 a.m. Central, 12 a.m. Mountain Time, and 11 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, I'm excited to see what else is going to be coming out with Jiren, and I'm excited to try him out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and email out to me. Stay tapped in this channel, stay everything Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, including pieces covered on C6, more videos on Beerus, Goku Black, and Jiren, as well as any potential news you need to know for the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!